Most of the world's asleep, chained and blind to it. They believe they're free because they can choose between jobs they hate, distractions that numb them, and shallow spiritual practices that pacify them. But beneath it all, they live inside a vast spirit prison matrix, a system designed to drain their energy, fragment their souls, and keep them obedient. And I tell you this, unless you know how to escape the prison, not in theory, not in fantasy, but in practice, you will live and die as one more captive. I'm Aurelius Sopex. My work is not to entertain. My work is to liberate the few who are ready to wake up. Now, understand something very, very critical. One of the greatest tricks of the spirit prison matrix is the corruption of meditation itself. What do they teach you? To breathe shallowly, to relax, to silence your thoughts, just enough to accept your chains. They package it in apps, in retreats, in bland rituals for the masses, and people buy into it, believing they're becoming spiritual. Well, in reality, they're becoming more passive, more docile, more harmless to the system. But real meditation, occult meditation, magical meditation is nothing like this. Real meditation is not about calming yourself so you can function better in slavery. Real meditation is about forging silence into a weapon. Real meditation is about building an inner dominion so absolute, so unshakable, that no program, no force, no spirit, and no prison can control you. Without this dominion, you will never touch magic. I will repeat that so it burns into your mind. Without meditation, you will never ever touch true magic. Every ritual, every summoning, every attempt at energy work collapses if the mind is weak, if the silence is shallow, if the body cannot conduct power. This is why so many fail. They skip the foundation, you see. They play with surface rituals, but the core, the throne of silence is missing. And that is why I created the Halls of Silent Dominion. The halls are not theory. They're not philosophy. They're not relaxation. The halls are training. They're initiation. They're the place where practicing magicians step into silence, not as absence, but as presence. Silence becomes radiance. Silence becomes gravity. Silence becomes command. Twice a week, on Mondays and Thursdays, I open these halls. In each live session, I lead you through the practices, the breath work, the visualizations, energy seals that have taken me decades of real, hardcore, magical practice to refine. This is not something you will find in books. This is not something whispered in shallow occult groups. This is direct transmission from a real master magician who has walked the path, who has seen through the prison, who has touched the hidden architecture of money, power, and spirit, and who now shows you the keys. When you step into the halls of silent dominion, here's what happens. You will learn to enter states of silence deeper than monks spent lifetimes chasing. But this silence is not empty, it is charged. Power. It is magnetic. You will train your nervous system to hold, conduct, and radiate power without collapsing. Your body becomes a generator. Your mind becomes a throne. You will discover how meditation fuels every act of magic, how silence turns ritual into lightning, how dominion turns words into command. You will anchor the seal of the Grail of the Serpent into your cells. Every breath becomes an invocation. Every heartbeat becomes an act of liberation. And most importantly, you will feel the chains of the spirit prison matrix begin to crack. For the first time in your life, you will not just know you're free, you will experience it. But let me make this clear. The halls of Silent Dominion are not open to everyone. This is not a product you buy with one click. This is not a course for the curious or the weak. This is not a place for dabblers who want to try it out. To enter the halls, you must apply directly to me. You must message me on my Telegram profile. The link is below this video in the description. Now, when you message me, you will introduce yourself. You will tell me why you want to enter, and I will decide. Because I will not waste my time training dreamers. I will not dilute the current with those who are not ready. This is for the magicians who are ready only. Practitioners who already walked the path and are ready to ascend higher. Souls who know in their gut that they were not born to be slaves in the prison spirit matrix. You see, the spirit prison matrix has one weakness. It cannot hold those who master silence. When your inner dominion is absolute, no programming can reach you. No current can bind you. No system can drain you. Understand this. This is why meditation is the absolute prerequisite for magic. It is the throne upon which everything else is built. The foundation. In my halls of Silent Dominion, you will find the only program of its kind, the only training that strips away the lies, burns away the illusions, and forges magicians into living sovereigns and powerhouses. So now the question is not whether the halls are right for you. The question is whether you are right for the halls of Silent Dominion. If you feel the pull, if you hear the call, if something in you knows that you cannot stay in chains any longer, then message me now. My Telegram profile is linked in the description of this video. Do not wait. Do not overthink. The Spirit Prison Matrix feeds on your hesitation. Act, step forward, apply. Because the world does not need more slaves and meditation apps. The world needs magicians who can stand in silence and radiate dominion. That is what I'm offering. That is what the halls of Silent Dominion exist to create. The prison has billions in chains. I hold the key. Will you take it?